Hello and welcome to a new Battle Brothers run. This time with the Legends mod, which I haven't played in a little bit. There have been some changes. I'm not sure exactly what has been changed, but I know for a fact that there have been changes. Anyways, so I have the rules of the run on the screen. This time we'll be going with a random solo start with 2 rerolls, so we shall see what the RNG gods have in store for us. And also, as I've done in the past, usually at least, I will not go with any magic, so no Vala for us. And also this time I decided to not do any tryouts. And the goal of the run is the witch hut. And there will be no savescums unless I encounter a really big bug of some kind. Anyways, let's get to it. So indeed we will go with the random solo start. There are a ton of starts of course in Legends and we'll get to some of them eventually. But anyways, this time we'll go with this. Striking out on your own. Who knows what the world has in store. So obviously this can be semi-easy, or even easier than that, depending on what you roll, or it can be semi-difficult. Anyways, random backgrounds, random equipment, and avatar. If you die, it is game over. Alright, company name will be Solace. I think that makes a little bit of sense given the start. And apparently there are new banners available, which is pretty nice to see. But we'll be going with this one. And late game crisis is random. Economic difficulty legendary. Combat difficulty legendary. And I'll go with low starting funds. I guess I could also go with none, but let's go with low. And let's also go with unexplored map. Okay, and all trade buildings are available, otherwise this is the default. And let's see here, Battle Sisters enabled cosmetic. And okay, I guess I'll this time put recruit scaling on. I've usually disliked this, but let's go with this time. Distance scaling is on, as is world economy, etc, etc. Alright. So let's save that. Alright, come on game, you can do it. There we are. Life is a funny thing, leads you in all sorts of directions. Your life up until now has been filled with twists and turns, but it is about to get a lot more interesting. Armed with only gold and your wits, you must set out alone. Well, this is a lie, because we will have some equipment. Onwards! So we have 6 roster spots, and apparently Legends now does a legendary location check for some reasons. All good, it says. Understood. Okay, let's see here. This is a mason, so not very thrilling. Neither are the stars, so this is the try number 1, and we have 3 in total, so 2 rerolls after this. So not really thrilled about this. Let's save this. This will be solo 1. And let's see if we can get someone a little bit better at being an adventurer or a mercenary. Okay, go again. Alright, and what do we have now? We have a widow, which is even less exciting. Oh well, so we have one more try. This might be one of those more difficult runs. We shall see. Anyways, I guess even with someone who's... Well, this gal is pretty bad, I must say, but if they make it far enough with the right perks, I guess even they can do some things. Anyways, let's save this. So this is solo 2. Here's hoping for a hedge knight or a master archer or something like that. Also, I don't know if you can still get a magic background. I suppose there are at least the Vala and the druid still that you can get from the random start. And when I have that no magic handicap on, it would be interesting to see how they would fare. Anyways, this is the last one. So far, number 1 is winning. Alright, let's see. Are you any good, whoever you are? You are better, but still not great. So this is a caravan hand, 1-star melee skill, 1-star range defense, 1-star fatigue. Well, I guess we'll go with this guy. He does have iron lungs, and he is tough, so that's good. But yeah, this guy might meet an early end, we shall see. Anyways, what I could do in this is try to play it safe, but I don't know if I want to do that, so if I don't play it safe and this guy dies, I guess I get to roll again. Anyways, so we have some money. Let's first see about recruits before I level this guy up. And also since there are new perks and some perks have been changed, I don't exactly necessarily know what I want right away. Anyways, also, yeah, let's just not try out at all. Let's just get, let's see here, at least the Ironmonger. And I guess the Apprentice. We have plenty of money in this start. Okay, so what we have here is 3 stars resolve and basically nothing else, it seems. So can you do anything with that resolve? Who knows? Well, you do have rally the troops, so maybe. Also, I believe this is a new phase added at some point. Don't remember seeing this one. And what can you do? You are an insecure and ailing apprentice, so once again, not much. Anyways, I guess you're basically fodder, both of you. We will call Aletta here fodder number 1. And Griselda here will be fodder number 2. Alright, and yeah, so there was only, well, I guess I'll get this guy as well. Grim, the detailer. Sure. And likewise, he is not terribly impressive. He does have a star in melee defense though. Okay. Anyways, I guess more importantly, equipment. Also, what is this? Astrology and tarot readings inspirational. What the hell is this? Profession training manual written by an artisan will teach the relevant class perk group to the character that uses it. Worth 1500. Right click to use on a character. Studying will lead to irritability. I know that feeling. What mercenary wants to study? Will apply a 50-day cooldown until you can read again. Reading this will allow the user to learn chef perk group. Okay, interesting, interesting. And this one is slightly more, well, I guess a lot more exciting. Light armor. Okay, so I don't know, will this be available for every single perk group? I would imagine probably not, but perhaps for most of them. I don't know. Anyways, that's not what I'm looking for currently. Also, what the hell is this? Pugilist hand wraps. Okay, so a pugilist item. I don't think I'll do any pugilism in this run either. I kind of dislike that being, well, I guess I like it being an option, but I don't personally like it. Anyways, it's not terribly expensive. We have a dog. I guess with this amount of money I could get this dog. Cat Chaser the War Dog. Okay, sure. With armor. And we also have apothecary mushrooms. So plenty of new items have been added, it seems. But what I'm most interested about is weaponry and armor. So let's see. Tipstaff might be okay. Do we have any spears? We do. Why does this militia spear look different? Well, I guess there is a reason. I don't know what the reason is, but there is a reason. I'll just get that. I like spears to begin with. Wooden spears, maybe, sure, I'll get those. We have money. And I would like to have perhaps like a shield. And some armor, some basic armor, of course, at this point. Let's get one nasal helmet, since I have the money in this start. And let's also get a gambazon or 2. And let's get a basic mail shirt. How many tools do we have? Only 10. How many can we carry? 61, okay. So let's get some tools. Make it all the way to 60, I suppose. How are we doing with food? I guess I could use some more. Let's get some grains. Alright, and at this point I'll equip some of this stuff. So like I said, since we rolled with a caravan hand as our best one, this run might be short-lived. Anyways, what I'll do is use this guy in battle. I'm probably not going to give him like a reach weapon. And definitely won't be sitting him out in the reserves. That would be silly. So if you die, you die. And that's the end of it. Anyways, like I said, these helpers that we have here aren't much help. But I guess that is to be expected when you hire these lowborns. Well, that's not necessarily true, but anyways, that's the deal here. Okay, so which one of you is the most useful? I guess I can decide later. I can move to another settlement and get some more. We have 2 more spots and 1900 crowns. So we are still doing okay with the resources, I guess. So where are we on the map? Somewhere in the middle, it seems. Okay, let's go west or south. Let's go south. It's been a little bit since I played Battle Brothers at all. So obviously I've played this game a lot. Okay, what is this? While at Forstland, click to check what is going on here. And there's 2 of these. Strolling through Forstland. Okay, well I guess I will click. Oh, are these like events? Why are they there? I don't know. The company comes across a small boy who has climbed up a tree and out to the edge of a branch. He's reaching for a ball that's gotten stuck on the roof of his home. There's not a parent in sight to help him. When he sees you, he asks if you can help get the ball. Seems simple enough. Yes, this is mercenary work that we are cut out for. Sure, I will help you. You send Herbert to try and retrieve the ball, using Griselda, fodder number 2, as a step stool. Yes, that's what she's good for. He launches himself onto the roof and gets the toy. The boy is ecstatic, and the smile on his face warms even the most cynical of your mercenaries. We gain some moral reputation, and Herbert is in good spirit. To be honest, I didn't even check your name, but I guess you're called Herbert. What a good sword-selling Samaritan. Hooray, yes, we are doing good things. Okay, what is this? We gain 25 crowns. Okay, so I don't know why, but some events have been moved to these clickable things. Walking about Forstland with a few sellswords, you turn a corner to find an opulent man surrounded by thieves and bandits. Well, how would I know they're thieves and bandits? They look over their shoulders and widen their eyes. One nicks the merchant on the cheek. Alright, we'll get you next time, you bastards! The scoundrels quickly make their leave. A moment later, and the merchant's heavily armed guards appear, nursing his wound. He starts yelling at them. Why am I paying for you, sorry bastards? The second I get into trouble and you're nowhere to be seen. Look at this man here, that's who I should be paying. Yes, you should. Hey, take this for your troubles, stranger. The merchant throws you a satchel of crowns for your trouble, though all you did was turn a corner and run into a coincidence. Alright, well, thank you. Anyways, there are some contracts here, but first let's see about the recruits. Okay, so we have a wild man and a hunter. And we can afford one of them, it seems. Okay, I guess I'll get the hunter. So we'll have some ranged power. Who knows how good that ranged power will be? Well, I guess we'll see. We also have U-Bolt the Derelict. And I guess we have one roster spot, so sure. Welcome aboard. Okay, so the hunter is, well, no stars in ranged skill, however, 59 starting. Do I get to see the ranges here? No, it seems. Well, anyways, you gained... Well, you have 59, so that's pretty good. No stars is sucky though. 2 stars initiative. Faint-hearted, but that doesn't probably matter all that much. Tiny is fine. 60 health, okay, sure. And we have U-Bolt the Derelict, 2-star range defense. Well, there are perks in Legends, at least at last time I played, which makes range defense good. Wind Reader. You also have a star in ranged skill. Maybe. Gain a third of your character's base range defense as ranged skill. Gain plus 5% range damage for each level difference when you have the high ground. Okay, that's been added. Not sure why they felt the need to add that, but I guess good. Then again, enemies might also have this perk, so maybe not good. Anyways, throwing, slings, bows. Okay, well, we'll see. You'll probably die. Also, it seems I can no longer mark these in blue for some reason. With the tryout mod. I wonder why. Maybe I have an old version. Anyways, for now, we'll go with one of these eventually, if you survive. And you probably won't. Anyways, so Herbert, let's call you something. You are the main man. And I'll probably take... Yeah, let's go with a melee build of some kind. At some point... Well, I did say I wouldn't give this guy a reach weapon, but since you have no stars in melee defense, I guess eventually that will happen, probably. That would be a good idea if I want to keep him alive, and I suppose I should. But anyways, for now, let's get probably Colossus, but let's take a look at these first. So strength in numbers, that is an option. No pacifist, we are not pacifists. No recover. Pathfinder is pretty good usually. Has it been changed? Active, unlocks the climb skill. Okay, so slightly changed it seems. And then there's crippling strikes. I'll just go with Colossus, plus 25% health. There you go. So we have a lot of health, but not much else. Okay, still have 2 perks as well as the level ups. Let's see here. Feint is pretty good in my experience. You don't have fast adaptation, and it's very important to actually be able to hit things. If you don't hit things, then things are going to hit you and you will die. There's also Anchor, which seems to be slightly weaker than it was when I played SSU. But then again, this says it's stacking. Gain a stacking plus 5 melee skill, range skill, blah blah blah, melee defense. As long as you have not moved during your turn, you will start combat with 1 stack. If you were to receive stagger, instead remove a stack. Okay, well that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. Can't really gauge how good this is just yet, though. I'm leaning on Feint currently. Fortified Mind I might get at some point, not yet. And let's see, what armor will you go for? I guess we can get a tome, it seems, in this new version, to go with light armor. That seems to make sense to me instead of Battleforged. While Battleforged is good, I guess with 91 hit points at this point I would like to go Nimble instead. Patient Hunter is new. Well, we can't get there yet. First Blood is new as well. Favorite enemy perks, have these been changed? Not sure. Anyways, for now, let's just get Feint. We'll get plenty of perks if this guy lives. If an attack misses, it costs minus 20% less fatigue. After missing an attack, you leave your opponent parried, lowering their defenses by 10. And that helps others as well. Let's get that. Okay, so 52 melee skill, let's see. So 74 to 85 by level 11, which is not that high, not in Legends at least. Okay, anyways, next tier of perks, versatile, what is this? Oftentimes better than a Master of One. Confers a 50% damage bonus to ranged damage on next attack when attacking with a melee attack, and a 50% damage bonus to melee damage on next attack when attacking with a ranged attack. Okay, interesting. So this has to do, I guess, with throwing mastery. Well, you won't be throwing anything. Let's see, Steadfast seems to be unchanged. No, it's not, because additionally for every 10 points of gear weight from all slots gain 1 melee defense. 10 points of gear weight from all slots. Okay, so if you go heavy armor, this seems to be good. Perfect fit seems to be unchanged, and this should work with nimble as well. So I could get this already, perhaps. It's going to be a while before I even find any heavier armor. Reduced athlete. Reduce the fatigue cost of all your skills by a scaling percentage based on 20% of your maximum usable fatigue. Maximum usable fatigue is your fatigue after gear weight is accounted for. Okay, well that sounds good. I'm not going to do any math currently, but I might get that. I mean, he has a good amount of fatigue, not like a fantastic amount. Let's see, what are your base stats? 107 at this point. Okay, yeah, that definitely sounds good. And especially if I go nimble, I think I'll get that. But there's also debilitate and onslaught. So this, I think, should require you to have a higher initiative, yes. And I don't have any stars in initiative, so that's not going to happen that often. Let's just get athlete, I think. 20% of 73. 10% is 7, so 14%. Fatigue cost reduction. Well, anyways, it sounds good, and we'll see here. Also, we have Heartseeker. What the hell is this? Put your full weight in a thrust, targeting the enemy's weak points and inflicting terrible injuries. 50% lower threshold to inflict injuries, 20 fatigue, 5 AP. 75% chance to disembowel the target on hits to the body that are killing blows. Okay, well that's been added at some point. Anyways, well we'll see, I guess, eventually what or when to use this ability. Anyways, let's just get athlete. Okay, so does it show up here? Well, anyways, we get 1 discount. So 9 fatigue for a thrust at the moment. Anyways, so with Iron Lungs and this amount of fatigue, and eventually when I go nimble, if this guy's still alive, and I manage to find a light armor book, I guess he will have plenty of fatigue to do something with. Anyways, 52 melee skills, so swords and spears seem decent to me. I think I prefer swords for somewhat obvious reasons, but for now let's roll with the militia spear. Starts with a +3 here, and I will take the +2s and +3s for melee defense. Is there a point in leveling range defense? We do have heightened reflexes available. 15% of your current initiative will be Oh, okay, this has been changed. Never mind. So it doesn't work with range defense anymore, it seems. Will be translated into damage done. Okay, not sure why you felt the need to buff initiative builds, but it has been buffed. Well, I guess it's a buff. It's a buff for those that deal damage, not for the tanks. Anyways, like I said, there's plenty of perks and perk changes, and with that in mind, also we do have light available, so let's see here, where was it? I just saw it, but yeah, there, okay. So light's icon, it seems, has been changed as well from last time. But on a quick read, this seems to be unchanged. Anyways, pretty sure I won't be going with either of these, and instead, like I said, go for Nimble eventually. But yeah, that's not really that relevant at the moment. So I was wondering about the range defense. Is there a point, really? Like, is there a perk that directly benefits from that? Perhaps there is, but if I were to go through all of these at the moment, that would take a bit of time. Well, I guess I have time. Not sure if you have time, but here we are. Also, Vengeance seems to be unchanged. 100% is quite a bit, so that we will be getting, I think. Also, this bug seemingly exists with my version, at least, of Plan Your Perks. Anyways, whatever. Let's take a look here somewhat quickly, though. Is Duelist unchanged? Unlocks the Flourish skill. Well, we'll get there eventually. If not with this character, then some other. Is Ballistics unchanged? Seems to be changed. Backswing. Use your build-up inertia to wreak havoc on the second swing. After performing round swing, swing, thresh, reap, castigate, you can perform a follow-up. Interesting. Swagger. Then your helmet and armor's value as armor condition and half that to the helmet. Okay, well, I'll read at least some of these on my own time eventually. But yeah, from what I can see, there's not much point in leveling range defense. Anyways, we'll get health, we'll get melee skill and melee defense. And this fixed that bug. Okay, now we roll the predictable +1 melee defense, so I will get something else. Probably. Then again, do I care about initiative? I guess if I'm going with light armor, it's fine. I could also go with more fatigue. But who knows if I ever even get this guy up to being able to get that light armor book. And we don't have any stars in initiative. I think I'll just ignore it for now. Let's just get health and fatigue. Okay, +2 now from melee skill. +4 here, however. I'll get resolve this time. Resolve is good. It's not as good as melee skill, but it's still good. Okay, so that's that done. And now we need to find these scrubs some equipment, so let's see here. Also, did I look at Ubald the Derelict? I guess I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's going to be some kind of ranged. Can I get him like a ranged weapon here? Okay, so we have some javelins. They're horribly expensive, though, it seems. Horribly expensive. Do we have like a crappy sling? Sturdy sling. Okay, I think this is new as well. It's pretty damn expensive, though. Staff sling is available. Short bow is the... No, it's not the cheapest. We have a dilapidated sling. Okay, so there are tiers to slings. Sure, why not? Anyways, so this is only 76. I guess I'll get it. I will get it. Okay, so the job of these two is to hopefully be able to do something. And the job of these three will be to absorb blows and maybe even deal some damage on their own. And my main guy tries to stay alive, but also deals damage, I guess, with his measly 60 melee skill. Which is, I guess, okay, but not fantastic. So we have a hatchet. Let's see here. So who of you has the highest? You have the highest melee skill. Okay, I will give you the hatchet, I guess. And also we have a traveler's sash. Let's give that to the derelict. We have some armor. Bear with me with these initial preparations, or don't. It's your choice. Okay, so... need to remind myself, which one of you do I care about the most? 3-star resolve. Yeah, I didn't check. So you have that, so you could even be like a banner. However, I didn't see Fortified Mind, and they should be from different perk groups, right? Sturdy, and... well, then again, you can, it seems, nowadays, get those perk groups. Mind over body is still in the game, yes, okay, and it is from the intelligent perk group. Okay, well, my character isn't intelligent, and neither is Aleta, fodder number 1. So yeah, don't feel left out. You are fodder number 3. Grim. And then we have, yeah, you can be the derelict, that's fine, and you can be Ranger wannabe. Okay, anyways, still have a ways to go here, so some kind of headgear, some kind of armor. Let's see here. So 3-star resolve, I guess that probably means I care about fodder number 1 more than I care about fodders number 2 and 3. Okay, well, I won't spend more time thinking about it. Let's just give her some gear. And I guess number 3 is preferable to number 2. Then again, number 2 does have a star in melee skill, which is very impressive. Very impressive. Anyways, 20, okay. And we are probably kind of out of money at this point. Let's give the bandages to you, and you can have a wooden spear. And we have a hoe. I guess we won't be using the hoe. No hoes for us. Not yet, at least. But you get a slight upgrade, like so. And you don't have any headgear, so let's see if we can get you, like, the cheapest possible headgear. What is the cheapest? Is this the cheapest? It's only 5. That sucks. 25 sounds far better. Well, we still have some money, I guess. However, we also need to pay and feed the fodder, so I guess I can't go crazy. Okay, well, then again, you are in the back line, so maybe you will survive. Or not, I don't know, we'll see. Sure, I'll get this though. I will get that. Let's actually give that to, like, this guy. So this is a 15, okay, sure. Do it like that, and double check. You have a 115 and a 90, and you have a shield. And also, yes, I need to remind myself actively that shields in Legends can actually be broken, unlike in Reforged, where they are quite sturdy. Anyways, you aren't, it seems, automatically repairing those. So what are you trying to repair there, Grim? Okay, sure, well, keep at it. You're also doing it. Okay, strange bug. I guess it's just a visual bug, though. I guess it's because I clicked here. Yeah, it is weird. Anyways, I suppose, well, I would think that it doesn't matter, but yeah, that is peculiar. That is peculiar indeed. How about if I do it, like I click here instead and do it here, and then re-equip. Okay, maybe it's like automatic, so if I click here, it's going to, as an, what would I call it? Ease of use, repair all of those slots on everyone? I don't know. So if I click here now, it's going to, yes. Okay, well, I guess maybe it's a feature, not a bug. Well, let's assume it's a feature. Anyways, am I equipped to die now? Maybe I am. Why are these not being repaired? Oh yeah, it's because of... whatever, I can do it manually. Whatever. Click on the person themselves like a peasant. Anyways, full roster, 500 crowns. Food for 5 days. Food is semi-expensive here. Well, some of you will be soon dead. Let's camp for a bit here. Also, what is this? Question mark. Tips. Click to check what is going on here. Here are some tips for you. Okay, oh, is this all of the tips in the loading screens? If you don't get hit, you can't be killed. Simple. Thanks. Losing is fun. Okay, anyway. Repair things. 4 hours. So usually, in my experience, it takes a long time to actually hunt any food. So probably not worthwhile doing that currently. Let's just assign, like, it doesn't really matter, but let's assign it like this. Couple of scouts and the rest of you guys repair things. Also, we have 20 ammunition. Maybe I should actually fletch a bit. Okay. There have been changes to the mod, but I will learn eventually. Oh yeah, I need to actually on-pause as well. Anyways, let's wait for the repairs and one more ammo, I guess. Okay, there we go. And now let's do something. Okay, so there's a caravan. Okay, spiders, no thanks. We have arachnophobia. Disturb rest. Probably not, but maybe. Rebuilding effort. Probably yes. Return item. Well, this is what I usually do, of course. Our bread and butter. Thieves. Sure, I'll do that. Or I will attempt it, I should say. I cannot guarantee success. Audacious act of thievery! Sure. Whatever. Whatever you say. Anyways, follow them west. I shall do so. Also, as it gets later and later in the game world, I should be careful not to accidentally go too fast, because that will potentially get us killed in an ambush. Anyway, several rabble, 1 rabble poacher. So I think we can handle this. I think Legends does the early game scaling a bit better than Reforged does, even on this difficulty level. Anyways, it is night time, which is actually kind of bad for us, but I guess we'll just go in. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. We'll see. Brigands! Just as your employer had thought. They look scared. Also, yes, what is my game speed at? I will lower it a bit since it seems a bit fast. 1.5. Okay, that's not that fast, actually. Maybe I'm just unused to it. Event frequency is at 1. I guess I'll keep it at that. I won't make any other changes, I guess. Well, if it seems too fast for me, then I will lower it. Okay, 5%, of course, because you... Well, whatever. I'm not going to say you suck, but anyways. I guess wait. I fully expect about 80% of our roster to die pretty soon here. Perhaps not in this battle, but anyways. And 5%, how about aimed shot? That is 17, well that's better. 29 on the War Dog. We will wait. Also, switch to knife. Okay, that's there now. Okay. Interesting. And you have a kick and a grapple available. Is that because your offhand is free? I would imagine so. Huh. So what is this? Maybe not the right time to look at this. I'm short, we tailored. Will care for their own equipment. Okay, well that seems silly. Anyways, whatever. You'll die before you get to use it. Okay, let's see. Turned on, turned on, turned on. Not done. So let's get some surround bonuses going, I guess. Then again, if I do that, you guys are going to die perhaps too fast. Kind of a shame that the dog engaged with Herbert, the main man. Well, anyways, if you die, you die. Just go for it. Yeah. Nicely done. So, before you died, you got to do something. Experienced life as a mercenary. Okay, let's see here. I would rather get the kill here, I guess, with fodder number 3. since I can use this better weapon on someone who actually matters if I manage to do so, but currently I cannot do so. Okay. Alright, let's see here. So, as far as armor goes, that is actually decent for this point in the game. I guess you just go for it. I mean, otherwise you're not going to be of much use. Well, good luck to you. 28 or 18. Okay. Alright, well, how about these abilities? I did say that I dislike using this, but now that they're available... Has a 100% chance to grapple on hit. Minus 20% chance to hit. Has a 50% chance to disarm. Or kick. 100% chance to stagger on a hit. 25% chance to daze. Inflicts 10 fatigue. Okay, well, what is the chance here? 53 or 43? Well, I would like to kick this guy into this hole. I mean, sure. But you failed. Okay. Okay. Well, anyway. U-bolt the derelict. 5... No, not 5%. 6%. Okay. You can do it. Well, you couldn't do it. Not yet. Okay. So 23 to hit the war dog. That does free up my main man to do something else. Also, out of curiosity, can I see what your abilities are there? So you have a wooden spear, which would indicate that you also get these grapple and kick abilities. I can't see them since this is not reforged. Anyways, whatever. So that is the highest chance. Then again, this is 17. That's not like... I mean, it is terrible. It is terrible, but it is a possibility. Anyways. 23 or aimed shot 32. Since it's kind of a waste of damage to go for this one, I'll go for this one instead. The rabble. Okay, nice. We get lucky. I will take it. I will take it. And now, please die. Alright, and let's get in melee here, I suppose. Do you have... Yes, you do have staff spins. Okay, that sucks. That means he should have quite a bit of melee defense. We can see 36. This guy has 28. 22. That almost feels like cheating when compared to fodder number 1, who has 5. Anyway, go here or here. Where are you going to end up? Unsure. But anyways, there's still 2 melee guys here who haven't engaged, so I guess there's a good probability that one of them will end up next to Herbert, which will be a good thing. Anyways. Let's see who dies and how horribly. Okay, still alive. And you are waiting, yes. You are not waiting. Okay, the poacher probably cannot do much, but you never know. Anyways, 43, 42. Guess I'll go for this guy. Okay, we are definitely getting a bit lucky here. But that is kind of a requirement for the run to succeed at this early stage. A little bit at least, when you roll a caravan hand as your main character. 12%, well, whatever. Let's just go for the aimed shot here. 21. Well, then again. 20. Well, yeah, 21. Okay. And 48. Alright, well, sadly, well, I guess I can still wait. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait. And I guess wait with you as well. Yes, I think so. Oh, did you end turn there? How rude. They're afraid of Herbert. Well, I guess in comparison to them, he is decent in the mercenary trade. Anyways, so you have a melee defense of 19. Let's not go crazy here. So if I don't engage here, they can get to my backline though. That's a problem. I could use shield wall. I could use spear wall. I really dislike using Spear Wall without the perk though, it's very fatigue intensive. And they'll likely just wait it out, and I can't keep it up for long. So I guess I'll just go for this guy here. Okay, that was a 69, and it was a nice hit. Okay, and Aletta, 33, or I could go for a kick or a grapple. Well, let's see, 13, 58, so this... Does it actually deal damage? Well, it's not indicating that it would deal damage, so I guess I'll just attack instead. Then again, I can do both. Okay, fail. 34 or a kick. So you have Prisoner's Rush. That makes that shank you're equipped with probably pretty deadly, unless it's been changed. He is also breaking, though. Well, let's go for a kick. Okay, she did hit. I would have thought that it would also knock back, but apparently it doesn't. Anyways, we get a stagger out of that. Okay, are you dead? Not just yet. Okay, uses Heartseeker. Okay, well, sure. It dealt a little bit of damage. Okay, 14, 5, 23. I guess we go for the 23. I like the bigger numbers. Oh, lucky again. Okay, well, sure, why not? Let's move one tile closer, I guess. Alright, and is your weapon actually breaking? 60%, oh, it has 20 durability. Okay, sure. Well, that's fine. 5%. Well, I'll go for a 5%. Okay, actually managed to hit that. So definitely it must be said, I am getting a bit lucky in this fight. Alright, I don't really care if Griselda here dies. Especially now that she has 2 injuries. Then again, were you the... No, you're not the fodder number 1, you're the number 2. Oh, yeah, I don't really mind. Then again, if you die, you give them morale. And morale is bad. Morale is bad. Let's just handle this fleeing enemy if we can. Then again, are you going to bleed out? Not just yet. Just move there. Okay, you're fleeing, so don't care about you. Let's just go for this guy, and we get a nice hit there. And this guy is not currently... Not in this round leaving just yet, but is fleeing. Probably handle the fleeing characters with, like, the fodders. So let's wait with you. Sadly, this guy is in the way. I'll wait and see if anything else develops here. Anyways, like I said, handle these guys with you guys. 50... 54. Oh, you're still leaving, so you're going to die now, it would seem. Let's kill that one. Alright. Well, the fat lady has not had her say yet, but it seems we made it out of this mostly with flying colors. Anyways, now I can go for her, so it's a good thing I waited. Okay, I would like to go for this rebel, I believe. Then again, would be nice to kill this one before she gets to do anything. But she'll die anyway. Can kill Griselda, but then again, I did say I don't care. Okay, struck down, so good for her. Anyways. 5%, 5%. Nice try. Go away. Guess I make sure one of these doesn't get to leave. Well, let's go for this direction since there's still an enemy who's kind of fighting back. Just wait. It fails. Alright. If I block that spot, the main man cannot get there, so let's go for the fleeing enemy. Alright, those were 36s. And now the guy is gone. You can just take a break. Go for it. Go for it. Okay, well, no one died. And this is fine. A missing nose. Anyways, so yeah. Okay, we get a monk's robe. We get a sickle and some other kind of early garbage. Let's collect our pay. I guess you can sit out. What was the button for that? S, okay. And do you have anything that someone else would like to use? Probably not. Oh, so yes, ammunition, sure, you can have some ammo. You can have a melee weapon, a knife. I could give... yeah, sure, let's give you a buckler, I guess. Gets the buckler bash from that. Like I said, let's be careful during the nighttime. Nighttime is scary. Alright, and now, rebuilding effort I guess I can do. Yeah, it seems we're fine for the most part. Well, apart from Griselda. Let's try it. So it's possible we run into, like, spiders, I believe. We are not getting enough crowns from Forstland, and I believe it's because brigands may have taken over the lumber camp. That's not entirely confirmed. I really should follow the news of my people better. But you know how it is. Alright. Let's see. So if there's spiders, we'll definitely have some casualties, maybe even the run over. But if there are spiders, there shouldn't be too many of them at this point. So where? Okay, there. Alright, so ambition time. Battle standard, city-states. Probably go for allies. Yeah, let's go with... yeah, let's go with allies. Alright, let's see, what does the lumber camp have in store for us? Lumber camp is surprisingly empty. Okay, well, sure. Free money, kind of. A brigand fight would have been better, though. Alright. And get back there. Alright, and caravan probably doing that. What was this? Grave robbers. How good are we against zombies currently? Probably not very good. We can run into brigands, of course, but if it's zombies, I am a little bit scared. Yeah, probably not. And no spiders. So probably nothing else I do here. Let's just leave. This is a silly place. Future start. Okay, affords us a what's the word I'm looking for? An opportunity is the word I'm looking for. An opportunity to scout the map. That's what I've tried to say there. Okay, so we are repairing already. How many... yeah, we don't have many medical supplies. Okay, I guess someone gathers those. Let's see, how many supplies to treat this? Too many. So make do without. Get back to... well, actually, go gather. Alright, well, you sadly have to suffer for a while, Griselda. Okay, yes, we are running out of the supplies already, despite not treating those injuries. Gathering seems to be fairly quick now, maybe it has been enhanced a bit. A woman jumps out of the tree line beside the path. Oh, thank the gods! My prayers have been answered! Please, come quick! My grandpap has fallen down the well! She turns and hurries away, as though you've already agreed to help her. Sure, I guess. From what I remember, this is a lot of reading, though. Indeed it is. Okay, well... You decide it's worth your time and go take a look. The old man was doing repairs on the wellhead, a wooden framework meant to cover its opening, when it broke apart and sent him plunging down, staring into the well. You find the man staring back up. He gives a wave.
Hi there, fellas. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I'm actually being pickled, now that I think about it.
Right. Aletta throws down a rope and the old man ties it around himself. You and the sellsword pull the woman's grandfather up and back onto dry land. He shakes your hand and thanks you cordially. Okay, well, let's see if my voice gives out.
Fucking hell. Glad you came when you did. I was about to shit and piss like no other. Let me tell ya, this ain't my first time going down a well. 5 years ago, I'd done it while repairing the wellhead. Because the wellhead breaks often, you see? And it's not really a wellhead. We just call it that because we're lazy. Back in my day, we called it a... Well, I actually done forgot. I guess a wellhead makes sense now as I'm not well in the head. Oh, still got it. I was quite the charmer in my days, you see. And it's not often I get to put the practice in. My wife died 10 years ago, and the one prior to her left me 20 winters ago. I say winters because that's when she left me, in the winter. It was a brutal one, and I had to ask her to help chop the wood, lest we all freeze. She said she wasn't doing that shit and taking care of the kids at the same time. I had kids with her as well as with the second wife. 5 total. One died. Measles. Another disappeared. So he's probably dead. I try to be honest to myself about it, but you know, there's hope. If a random stranger can be found in the forest to save me in the nick of time, then maybe my son survived that battle with the greenskins. Ain't heard of him though. I pray to the old gods and even the Dafkul fella every now and again. Do you know of Dafkul? I'm not sure what to make of it. One time this man came by with a scar on his forehead, said he'd show me the way of darkness. I said, I see darkness every time I nap. The scarred fella said one day I won't wake, and I said good. Ha! So then this scarred bastard starts getting upset with me. As he drones on, you look around for Aletta, only to find her stepping out of the woman's home, the lady herself carrying a bit of obvious warmth on her face. You retrieve your sellsword and leave before the old man lobs your head with the most long-winded and one-sided conversation ever. Okay, well, Aletta is now euphoric. Nobody's ever there to save me. Okay. Anyways, I won't be reading every single event, but I guess I'll read the ones that are most amusing or have some other merit to them. Anyway, we have found Schwanstadt, and we also find some bandit rabble. We'll see if they... Well, they probably won't want to fight since we have caravan hands with us. Anyways, let's take a look here. So yeah, we have the events. There's 2 again. There's also ambushed trade routes, which means we can sell here for a profit. Can't recruit anyway. I could let Griselda go though. Out of money a little bit though. Anyways, let's make a huge profit here and sell this sackcloth and also this leather wraps. Also, this is actually slightly better than something like this. Then again, let's do... Then again, why are you using that? You shouldn't be using that. Let's give that to... Well, actually, no. To the main man. It goes to the main man, because the main man's survival is the most important. Anyways, actually... Probably, like I said, won't have enough money. But, yeah, let's sell a sickle. And let's sell this hoe. Food. I could buy some food, but not from here. Anyways, I guess I'll take a look. Well, we can't afford this off-taker for 12,000. And it seems even the cheapest backgrounds might be a bit too much. Okay. Good talk. Anyways, you find a boy and girl looking up a tree. The girl throws her hands up. Alright, stay there until you die. See if I care.
The boy spotting you asks if perhaps you could help them get their cat out of the tree. Looking up, you do see a feline flopped over a branch, basking in the sun. Okay, Astrid Ranger wannabe. Try to knock it down with an arrow. Astrid readies knocking an arrow and taking aim. The cat purrs as it stares down the line of the shot, rather sublime in its suicidal stance. Closing one eye, the archer lets the arrow fly. There isn't much mewling to be had. The cat tumbles down the tree like a game of devil sticks and lands on the ground with an arrow shaft halfway out its head. The girl crouches down and stares at the slinky bit of brain wobbling off the arrow tip. She looks up at you as though it were you who fired the shot.
That was my friend.
You tell her you're sorry and that she'll find more friends. As for the boy, he pockets the bit of brain and slings the cat carcass over his shoulder. He bleakly states,
At least we've something to eat now.
Okay, well, rest in peace, kitty. Anyways. So, Robin Hood, you are not. And indeed, they don't want to fight us, which is a bit disappointing. Anyways. Oh, I forgot to camp again. Let's do that. Get a slight advantage from doing that. Okay, made it. And we also got our ambition done. Okay, well, I've done enough reading for now, so I will skip that. Speaking of reading, though, there is an event. What else do we have? Treasury transfer, armed courier, brigand stronghold. Return item. Well, we'll do that. Anyways, what is this event? Oh. Well, we have a full roster, sadly. So, apprentice. Well, I will click on alright, we'll take him. Oh, never mind. Since I got the ambition fulfilled, we actually do get this guy. However, he is kind of sucky. Superstitious and greedy. No stars in the most useful places, I guess. Paid 9 per day. I think I'll just let this guy go and steal his armor. I could, however, get him killed very soon if I felt like doing something like that. But I guess I'll just let you go. Go away. I won't even give you 10 crowns. Since I'm a greedy miser. Anyways, thick tunic and a leather jacket, so worth it. Also, can you fight? Kind of. So sure. Alright, and you get this, and you get that, and I guess that's it. Alright. Let's just take this return item contract. And we'll see about the services of the town at some point later. Alright. And once again, I will go very slowly during the night time. Then again, there is no forest here. There is swamp, though. Hey, where are you guys? You are kind of in the forest, but I believe that will not count as forest if I approach from this angle. And maybe our so-called ranged guys can actually do some... Well, I shouldn't say that. Astrid did do well in her first combat. Anyways, brigands! Alright, so 10 of them this time. I will wait. So there's someone in this, I guess. I already forgot. Anyways, whatever. Wait, I guess. And this time it's very likely that Griselda will die. Okay. So which ones do I engage with the main man? They do kind of have a little bit of a scary lineup. despite being rabble, they can even kill our main character if things go that way. Blacksmith's technique. I think there used to be like 2 of these background-based weapon perks. I wonder if the other one has been removed and they've been like combined instead. Maybe. That would be a slight, well, maybe even more than a slight buff to the player. Anyways. So they are easy to kill. That's the silver lining here. Guess I'll just go for her probably. But I will wait on that decision. Okay. And Grim. Order number 3 with crappy armor. Well, enemies, I don't care about their survival, but I should be a little bit mindful that they don't die immediately. Because if they die immediately, then the main man might also die. Taking care of the dog is kind of important. And that does potentially delay Griselda's demise. So I guess I'll go for the dog here. And we'll let Alata handle this flank, which might go badly, but we'll see. This is a 69, this time not nice. Okay, and you are faced with a dog, so I guess you go for a dog. Okay. Still 5%. Well, you are level 1 with 40. And if you die, it's not like a big loss. Anyways, that's a reach weapon. This guy will go here, I would imagine. Well, remains to be seen. Anyway, the important part is that they can't currently, I believe, get to the backline. Not easily, at least. Anyways, 5%. Maybe it would have been better to just give this guy like a spear of some kind. And just have them die if they die. Anyways. 34. 5%. Why is that 5%? 49 range defense. Why do you have 49? You have balance and perfect fit and dodge. Well, you also have dodge, though. Initiative of 114. 74. Well, anyways, this guy has a lot more initiative. Well, anyways, go for him, I guess. And let's probably do an aimed shot. 20 fatigue, 15 fatigue. You have 96 though. Won't move 1 tile, that would be kind of dumb. Then again, I can probably kill her when she gets there, but let's not. Aim shot does land. Kind of makes up for the cat. Anyways. Maybe a kick would be in order. 60% though, but it won't kill. 18 to 31. Like a head. No, you have steel brow. Okay. Don't remember if they always had steel brow. Probably they didn't. Guess I'll go for a kick. 65. Okay, good. And the main man. Main man. Actually, this might be a time for shield wall. Yeah, I think so, since you're kind of surrounded. Okay, we take a hit, but then again it doesn't basically hurt at all. Maybe they've toned down these weapon perks early on. Maybe. I remember them being far deadlier than that. Well, not complaining, just observing. And now we actually have a 9%. Don't get there though. Alright. Also, you went for the flank instead of what I thought you would have. As did this fella. And where did the other one go? Wasn't there another one here? Maybe I am just being confused. Or is he inside of this? I should pay more attention. Anyways, so non-aimed is 38. Aimed shot is 53. This time I guess I'll go for the quick shots. And do get there. Okay, well, I take it back what I said about you, Astrid. Maybe I will even at some point upgrade you from wannabe to something else. Okay, 5% only, yeah, that's the cheater. The dirty cheater. Alright, I guess, do I wait? Let's see, you have 4 AP. I think I wait and see. Wait and see. And you do that. And that. And... okay, good. And then we just finish the dog off. And you probably protect the ranger. Probably. But then again, let's wait. Alright, this time I don't think I will be shield walling, but once again I believe I will wait. I am a sucker for waiting. I play the waiting game. Okay, so I guess I should count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think there's a guy in here. So where else could he be? Anyways, let's say if I move back. Is that a good idea? Currently, whoever's there can next turn get to Astrid, and that's a bad thing. The dog will die to 1 hit, so not really a threat. I'll just move back. And that should protect the back line. Alright. And now we actually have a decent shot here. Which did fail. Okay, well, I guess since kick is available, this is probably a good time for it. 49. Well, staggering this guy with that amount of initiative would be a good thing. Fails. Okay, let's see. 44, 55. And now it's 66. Okay. The dog is engaged again. Take a couple of hits. Take a hit. Take a shot each time you're hit. And now you're, I think, dead. No, struck down again. And now they have reached my backline as well. And also a couple of us are wavering. Which is not good. Anyways, I think I'll just wait with you and wait with you and hopefully be able to kill this guy with Herbert. Hopefully. 56, huh? How much fatigue was this? 14. Okay, well, that's one argument perhaps to not go for a kick, since it's more than the thrust is. Anyways, I'll see first what you can do. Hopefully kill this guy. Well, not quite. Okay. Well, that's not good. Wait. Okay, well, I guess you get your knife out. Get your knife out. And now we have a 38. Okay, good. And that frees up Astrid, the ranger wannabe. Let's see, how many arrows do we have left? 7. And fatigue is okay. 47 or 49. I guess I'll go for the quick shots. And quickly fail. 59, let's go for the higher chance. Go for it again. Okay, gets a kill. Get the dog. Also, was there no one inside this bush? Did I count incorrectly? I guess I must have. Or... no, there's 5 of them. Am I blind or am I stupid? Or both? Yeah, I see 4 of them. So where the hell is one of them? Like, surely you didn't just end your turn there. And if they had like a reach weapon, I would have seen that. Okay, I'm being really confused now. I'll double check. Okay, there's no one there. Oh, you're here. How did you get there? Well, anyways. That's fine with me, I guess. Okay, are you waiting? Yes, you are. I'll just wait with U-bolt. 19. Okay, go for the aimed one. Fail. Okay. How much do I care about fodder number 3? Well, I'll wait and see if he can handle it by himself. Kind of. 26, huh? Wait with you. And you just ended there. Okay, well, get your sling out. 5%. 6%. Right. How is the hit chance with this? 26. Let's not. This is why it's so important to get fast adaptation and feint and backstabber early on with these sucky mercenaries. Okay, 5%. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Okay, you act in 2, you're nearly dead. This rebel poacher can actually kill Grim. I would rather get the kill here with him. Acts in 2. Let's just wait. Go for that. Okay, finally get there. Okay. Okay, goodbye. This situation is fine, so let's go for the guy with the pitchfork. I'll even provide a target for him. Okay, now he leaves, and I guess he's going to get away. And you got a 23% there. Okay, sure. Whatever. Switch weapon, I guess, even though it doesn't matter. You take that. Alright, and that's the end of the battle. Goodbye. Yes, and Griselda now has Scarred, which is, like the last injury, kind of fine. Acceptable. Okay, and we get some more junk. Okay, and let's go back. Luxury stuffed hyena. Like, is there a regular version of that? Grim no longer suffers from pierced hand. Good as new. Okay. I guess I'm glad. Oh, also yes, we have a level up. One of them for Grim. So, yeah, well, that is also good. Do you care about initiative? I don't see dodge. So not as much. And no stars there either. Let's just take the hit points. And let's kill melee defense. 1 star in range skill. Does get throwing, but I don't think I care all that much. Yeah, I don't think so. It would take a long while. Also, I haven't even found any throwing weapons, so whatever. Okay, and I guess you get probably just Colossus. Could go for 9 lives, but I don't really want these guys to survive past their expiry date. Alright. So we're doing okay. Let's see, ammunition is a bit low. Medical supplies is low. Food is low. I do have 2 roster spots, but let's not go crazy with the recruits. When I can barely feed the existing ones. Okay, that's good enough, I think. Also, I'll take a look here. Do I see anything other, anything new? Okay, this is new. No, it's just the art has been changed. Okay, well, looks good. Spetum. Okay, there's 2. Are they tiered, or are they just different graphs? I don't see a difference here. Okay, well, not complaining, just observing. Alright, So nothing I want to buy, probably. What is this, though? Pitchfork. Okay. Okay, so what is this buying price, actually? So, it's not bad. It's not terrible. So I could maybe buy some armor instead of getting a new recruit, but let's take a look. Maybe just one if there's... Also, you're super expensive, that's because you're level 2. Match the Brawler. Probably with this amount of money, I don't want someone who's even 490. So what do we have here? Caravan is available again. I do like caravans as a downtime. So-called downtime contract. Tools are still fine. I can gather medical stuff and fletch some ammo. So let's do so. I don't even care where this is going, I don't think. It's going to the west, so yeah, okay, sure. Why the hell not? Nothing else I'd like to do here, probably. Let's check the free rumor.
Because your raiders are the bane of us traveling merchants.
Okay, now my voice is starting to give out, so let's not read that. Alright, let's see. Fletching needs to be done, I think. And I still won't heal up. Poor Griselda. Sorry about that. I should probably just let them go at this point. That would be the sensible option. The cruel but sensible option. Let's see, how about repairs? 5 days, 11 days. 11 is probably fine. So I guess I'll go with that. Okay, nearly to Schwanstadt. I guess I can check the recruits here. Probably nothing has changed though, and it seems like that is indeed the case. However, there is an event. Okay, so if I remember correctly, this event kind of you want to have a thief. And since my voice is giving out, I won't be reading this, so we'd rather not get involved. Go away! Let's get back to camping. Alright, next ambition. Let's see here. Probably this one. Complete 8 more contracts. Yes. Do like that early on. Out of curiosity, do I have any... No, I don't have any barter skill. Is this still the same group? I don't know. Anyway, they are still running away, whoever they are. As they should. Okay. We have reached our destination. Unmolested. Alright, and what do we have? Courier or dangerous things? Well, I am enough of a milksop to not go for these ones. Not when the best character, also we have some levels from that. Not when the best character is a level 4 caravan hand. And our equipment is kind of bad as well. Anyways, I'll let off fodder number 1. And let's actually call you something else. So let's call you... Resolve question mark. And let's see here. What the hell do I give you? So for the time being, despite this potential to become a banner, I believe I will just use her as I've been using her. Which means I want something that can be of use there. But I think I probably will, like I said earlier, skip these... unarmed perks, because I kind of dislike it. Also, recuperation has been changed. End of combat recovered 30% of your missing health and injuries. Okay, this I think would be nice for like a really high health character, like perhaps the Berserker start character who does want to fight naked, actually. At least with the right perks. Anyways, I guess we'll probably go with Colossus. Probably. Also, yes, here we can see blacksmith's technique. So gain plus 12%, not percent, plus 12 chance to hit and plus 30% effectiveness versus armor. When taking hammer mastery, you will also gain 10% bonus damage. And this applies for one-handed hammers. Okay, that's a good change because it used to apply to like the most basic one instead. For other no, did I read this wrong? No, it says while using a one-handed hammer. For other weapons classified as one-handed hammers, you can get a scaling percentage of... Okay, I don't know. Maybe the description is a little bit outdated, or maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it seems to imply that it still gives the maximum benefit from this to the basic blacksmith hammer. And later on, like in SSU, when I played that, you gradually gain that bonus for others. Let's see. According to your choice in campaign generation. Well, I would assume I have that on. Anyways, you're not going to be getting that, I don't think. I do have a blacksmith's hammer, though. That would make the early game a bit easier. 63 hit points. So I can immediately go for rally the troops later, but yeah, this is kind of a waste. If I get this a little bit, then again you can of course use rally the troops without having the banner equipped. Or can you? Let's see. Sure you can. Yes, you can. I guess I'll just get Colossus though. He does also, or she does have fast adaptation, which is, like I said, kind of important. Let's do this first. Okay. Initiative. Well, since we know for a fact that those light armor tomes exist, I probably will be getting that. Also, yeah, what was the cooldown on those tomes? I guess it doesn't matter yet, but eventually, if I want to plan things out, it kind of does. Anyways, let's just assume that at some point initiative will be good. I could take the +2 melee defense instead, I'll get fatigued. And we'll see. Anyways, perk-wise... do you have Inspire? Yes, you do have Inspire, since that's from... Is it from the same one? Yes, it is. From the same perk group, Inspirational. So eventually, I guess a character like this probably will just be inspiring. However, that is very eventually. Currently is our problem. So I'm wondering whether fast adaptation would be what I want here or not. Do the others have it available? Or have like Feint? You have Feint. You have Feint. Okay, we don't need it. Let's take Colossus. And we'll see if you can survive long enough to actually get to this. Anyways, next up we have U-Bolt. Okay, let's see what you get. +4 there. Okay, and yeah. Yes, we will be leveling range defense. And probably just fatigue. So this is actually a... Well, not yet, but eventually this guy will be pretty good at some kind of ranged role, I think. Do I go initiative or fatigue? I think I go with the fatigue. Fatigue is good. Also, do you have perfect focus? Yes, you do. We'll need some kind of fatigue cost reduction to make proper use of that, though. Battle flow is available. Okay, let's get fatigue. Okay, and let's call you... what will we call you? Ranger wannabe Yeah, you can be the wannabe and you can be a ranger rookie. Like so. Okay, and we still have the perk. And fast adaptation, I don't care as much with ranged. However, with this amount of ranged, currently it's pretty good. Pathfinder is okay. 9 lives is worth considering. Adrenaline, probably not at this point. With perfect focus, I would take, I think, recover, but it's not available. Then again, what is it from? From the fit perk group. Anyway, let's just get something. Staff spins, no. No. Axe and belts? Well, that's the choice if I go throwing. In SSU, at least, when I played that, there is an item that grants you backs and belts, but I don't think it's in this version of Legends, but I don't know. Anyways, not like it really matters. Let's see, what will you end up with ranged skill? Around 80 at level 11. Plus whatever from Wind Reader. So can go for any of these options. Let's see, what else do you get if I want to take the throwing route, I guess? Well, you do get Pathfinder, that's excellent. Do I have Berserk or Killing Frenzy? Well, I would get those probably with any option, and I don't currently have them. So if I go Archer, I'm not necessarily going to be moving around a lot, but Pathfinder does make it definitely a good option to take the high ground. That's kind of the neutral option here, perk-wise. Does incentivize throwing. Throwing is good, though. Sure, I'll go with the Pathfinder, and let's see, I will, I guess, mark backs and belts. With this slightly dimmer green, I guess. Alright, so probably go throwing, but we'll see. And finally we have Astrid, the Ranger Rookie. Death from above. Let's see. Gain plus 12 chance to hit and 1 additional range while using a warbow. Why specifically with a warbow? When taking bow mastery, gain 10% damage. For other weapons classified as longbows, you can get a scaling percentage of these. Okay, so I wonder if the short bow perk group is, well, it's probably available as something you can buy. And that used to be, at least used to be, the best option for bow users, I think. However, this is also decent. You can also go crossbows, and that seems to be it for now. Probably take that, but we'll see. Yeah, I think we'll take that. So this should qualify as a longbow. I mean, what else would it be? Chance to hit. So it should probably, yeah, it should immediately show here what we get. Let's see. No, nothing happened. Well, anyways, I've taken this. And eventually, if the run goes on long enough, and if Astrid is still with us, she will, I suppose, get a warbow. Hunting bow. Anyways, level you up. Do I care about melee skill? Probably not. Quick hands is there, though. And there might be some new perks that would work well, kind of in a hybrid sense. Not going to take a look at that now, though. Initiative is also a thing. Does get Overwhelm. Overwhelm is better, I think, probably with a gun, though. It's only 5% as well. Point blank. Target 4 or less tiles away, inflict additional damage. Oh yeah, you do have throwing. Okay, I was being blind again. In hindsight, maybe that would have been better. I don't know, but I've already taken this, so whatever. It's not like I'm that attached to this level 1. Well, level 2 bozos. Anyways, initiative. Yeah, I guess I'll get some initiative, sure. Fatigue, initiative, and ranged skill. Probably ignore the ranged defense since you don't have any stars in it. Alright, and we have armed courier. Probably take that. Yeah, probably take that. And just go back east. How exciting. Currently I don't really want to venture out into the wilderness, but I would like to fight random groups of brigands wandering about. As long as it seems we can actually win. Okay, well. Sun, disappoint. I'm not going to join that. Would probably not get even a single kill there. So let us just be a delivery boy. Well, I guess I shouldn't say boy. Team. Okay, we have just been shat on. Someone bring down that plumed transgressor. Nice shot. With crime there is punishment. Alright, there we go. And we have a ton of these options here. Okay, once again, return item, I think. Certainly have a lot more contracts in Legends than you do in Reforged. Anyway, there is a monk. Welcome aboard. Dexterous, 0 stars melee. Bright. 3-star hit points, 2-star resolve. Okay. So we'll just call this guy a monk for now and have him hang in the back. Pretty decent early banner candidate again. Mind over body is available. And of course inspire. I don't see fortified mind again, but that's okay. Have that. So you don't have a hat. Well, I guess Griselda is still going to be hanging around for a little bit. Let's see what do the hats cost here. 17 bucks. Sure. Well, let's give you something that technically qualifies. Griselda. And you can have that to cover your dentist needing mouth. There we go. Okay, and let's get to killing again. Okay. Kind of the same deal as before. We are not at 100%, but it will have to do. This time, okay, it's not that thick forest. Thick forest is a bit annoying. We do have some high ground. That's nice to see. Okay, and that also has a new graphics. Well, as usual, well, as basically always the case in Legends, I do like all of the added graphics. Sure, step forward and potentially die very soon. I guess it doesn't really matter here. Well, this weapon should be worse than this one, so let's go for actually this person. And you go for this guy. Don't want to step next to this one. Also, this guy has mind over body at this point. Do you have it? Yes, you do. Entrancing song. Okay, don't remember what exactly that will do. Anyways, step over here and try to do something. At least try. Okay, you step down actually since... well, then again, you can move there, but maybe it's better to leave that high spot for the monk. Let's actually move here so I save the safer spot for the more valuable character. Currently more valuable, at least. Also, that looks weird. Is that a lot of makeup or are you wearing a mask? No, that is a lot of makeup. That or some kind of skin condition. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it's clearly looks like something not quite what it should be when compared to the rest of her skin color. Anyways, far be it for me to be the judge of that. Let's just bash some bandit skulls. Okay, just get closer, since that's a reach weapon. Pretty soon I should try to get some nets, as we will encounter more difficult enemies. These ones are kind of pushovers, but yeah. Need to try to remember that. Okay, nice stab there. Probably a headshot. Also, yeah, you had the same face, kind of. Well, I'm going to make the assumption that it's makeup. 51. You get to act in a moment. Let's wait. Okay. Easy enough. So if this guy dies, they shouldn't still be fleeing. So it doesn't really... well, unless they lose their morale. But this one shouldn't. Anyways, it doesn't really matter whether I kill this guy now or later. Well, I guess we can inflict one morale penalty here, which would be better if I manage to kill, and I don't. Okay. No one has been hit by that. Just go for this, and 18% success. Yay. %, again. Well, good job. Alright, there we go. And Griselda actually gains a level. Okay, we are being offered a deal. It is pretty terrible, though. So, see you later, alligator. Okay, fodder number 2, you have leveled. Let's give you fast adaptation. +2, and +4. There you go. She certainly has some spirit still sticking around with us. Alright, made it. And at this point... well, I still don't want to do spiders. That sounds silly. I wonder if the Brigand Stronghold will have thugs. I think they used to, at least. Let's do the rebuilding effort. I think food is okay for now. Okay, and are we good to go? I guess we are, since that was... The last fight was kind of a cakewalk. Probably nighttime would be better though. I mean, not nighttime. Daytime would be better. So I suppose I'll actually camp here. For just a little bit. Also, what the... Oh, I have an event available here. During camp. Okay, so this is the traveling troop. So I can rob them, which is what I usually do. However, I think you can get like injuries from that, which would be bad right about now. Don't exactly remember though. Well, I'm definitely not paying them for a show, so I will just have them hand over their valuables. Okay, and nothing bad happens, not for us. Gain a bit of crowns and a loot and a cloth cap. Learn to mime, you creepy prick. There we go. There we go. We aren't the good guys, but we are kind of keeping the world a safer place. Trying to, at least. Okay, medical supplies would still be nice. So I guess we gather those. Yeah, I suppose the fletching rate has been improved, because that feels a lot quicker than it used to be. Okay, wait for a bit. Wait for one more med. There we go. And let's just get to it. Okay, so we have refugees, and once again, we are not the good guys. So we are going to kick them out. Get lost, you rabble. We need money. Money makes the world go around. Also, should I sell something? I guess I will. Let's sell one of those. Let's sell... Yeah, sure, both of those. This will soon be replaced, or I will find more of them. Currently, I don't think I'll use it. But let's see. Compare. 20 to 30. But this is 4 AP, right? This is... Is it 6? Yes. I guess I'll sell it. And that. And let's see here. Well, I don't need this many of these. Wooden flail, I don't think I care. Wonky bow might actually be worthwhile to use for U-bolt, because it's going to be better than this. So I guess I'll equip it. Alright. Sort that in. Also, yes, we have this thing. So is this still the same as it used to be? Seems to be. So it grants you taunt, but also -3 melee defense per surrounding enemy, which is pretty bad. However, in the right head, I guess it's okay. So if you have a lot of survivability, and you haven't taken taunt, or maybe like... In a way, it's a decent backline item, I guess, to some extent. You know what? You may have it, just for the looks alone. But if he gets in melee, well, I guess he would probably die in melee anyway, so whatever. Whatever. Okay, sell those, sell that, sell these, sell that, sell that. Dagger, I guess I'll keep it. Well, knife, to be precise. Sell one of those. Okay, and that's probably it. Alright. Escort workers. Alright, there we go. Another successful contract done. And how many... We need 4 more. And what do we have? Treasure transfer, courier, caravan, spooters, brigands in a camp. How How much money do I have? Probably not enough. I could, I guess, get this guy. But maybe I'll just save my money. Mayhaps I will. Also, how are we with food? Pretty bad. Caravan is 2 skulls. But it does mean I don't have to feed the men. And women. Where are you going? To the west. Jadar Wall. Do I see that place already? I do not. So obviously this can go well or badly. The well option meaning that I do get attacked, but I win every single fight. Well, let's see. Where are you going? A day to the west. Forced launch. That is certainly easier to accomplish, and we are on this ambition. Okay, sure. Let's take the courier instead. Food is terribly expensive here, but I guess I could maybe get something. I was going to consider the fresh fruit, but then again, this spoils in 3 days already. So I guess I won't get anything. Alright, good talk. Let's move. The very early game of Legends is kind of forgiving, even on legendary difficulty. Of course, there are far more difficult starts than this one. Despite us not really high rolling with that random solo character. Anyways, made it. Okay, we still have these. Do I dare go for zombies? I still think the answer is no. Not sure exactly how tough early game zombies in Legends currently are though. Also, we might not even encounter zombies. I think we could just move. Just leave this area. It's a pretty decent... Yeah, it's actually an excellent mission hub. There's 3 cities. Which is pretty nice. Pretty damn nice. Especially these two being so close to each other. So there is more here to the east as well. Road leads down there. I don't want to go north. I don't want to fight barbarians. They are dirty. Nomads are an option, I guess. Where are you going, Treasury? You are going to the east. That is Finsterstadt. So is it the one? Yes. Okay, I'll take that one. How are we with food? I think I need to buy some. Let's also see. Also, was there an event here? There's so many events now that you can just click on them. Not sure exactly how I feel about that change yet, but let's see if I can hunt some food. Let's have one person gather, maybe. Also, can I do something without the camp kitchen here? I don't think I can. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Hunting mode requires kitchen tent upgrade. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's see. Can I actually get some food? Early. Well, if I say early, I mean quickly. I don't think I can. Okay, never mind. I think it still takes some time. Food is expensive here as well, though. Oh well. Oh well. Sometimes it just do be like that. I think I'll just buy that one. One stack of grains. And we'll hope for a better price, or maybe we'll find some more food. Yeah, I'm not going to recruit that guy, so I guess we just leave. We just leave. Okay. Alright. And we have brigands who are picking on peasants, so sure. And also, I think you can get like a reward from this if we save them. Never mind, they won't be saved. But we will take revenge on your behalf. Okay, so can you guys get to this spot? It doesn't look like it. No, yeah, you can't. You cannot. Which means I could move there with the ranged guys if I wanted to. However, that does mean one less quick shot. I'll wait. I usually end up just waiting and seeing what they do. Okay, a bit awkward here. Can't go for the kamikaze move. How about here? That seems okay. Depending on what this rebel does. When in doubt, wait. That seems okay. Does mean I don't get to attack the melee guys unless this one engages though. Once again, wait. Okay, you probably don't wait though. Will be potentially hit by this one. If I already moved though. Well, it's not like a big deal. Go for it. Okay, aimed shots, I think. 5% aimed shot. Sun disappoint. Well, it is what it is. I guess I can move there. Okay, quick shot 5%. 11. Okay, 11 is more. 47, yeah, that's so much better. Okay, well, since I waited, I did lose these high ground spots, so I guess a mistake on my part. I don't think we'll be having any difficulties in this fight, though. Don't want to take the low ground spots nearby, but this is hidden. So this guy, yeah, okay, you just stayed where you were. Okay, you go. Griselda goes for the flank. And we'll see. Will she once again be struck down? Yeah, go for the flank. When in doubt, go for the flank and survive for a bit. Also, U-Bolt has been hit in the head. Sucks to be you, Bolt. Okay, you wait and well, let's see if I free up some spaces. Go away. Stupid staff spins. Okay. That's a good one. Take your revenge. Why did I have AP left there? I think I had some AP left. Why was that? Is it... Do these actually cost less? No, 4 AP. For a wooden spear. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I saw that incorrectly. Anyway, keep on killing. I'll see first if Aleta can hit this guy. You get in there. I should have waited probably because of potentially lowering this brigand's morale level. Okay, didn't clear space, so just attack. Fail. Alright. So far in the early game, of course, Herbert is easily our best character, but I don't know. We'll see about his long-term prospects. I guess with enough perk points and levels and stuff like that, he'll actually become good. Too early to think about it, though. Can you even, like, get an advantage? Also, let's not step there. Just considering the Aimed shot. Okay, are you dead yet? You're dead. Okay, rest in peace. 30 or 66. Okay, turned on, acts in 2, so that guy will kill himself as he tries to leave. That should happen at least. Alright, another successful fight. Just do nothing. Let's not waste ammo. Or hit our own guys. Alright, there we go. No levels. Griselda's gone. Forever. And we actually get some money. No food, though. That's disappointing. Also, notice how this knife has a different graphic as well. I do like it, however, there's a slight chance of confusion when you can't necessarily immediately tell what an item is, though they are pretty similar. So I guess that's not really necessarily an issue, but yeah. Anyways, have some ammo, I suppose, and someone else like you gets the bandages. Okay, and we have some more, so sure, have some knives. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Oh, and we gain tools. Not bad. Okay, and another event. Come to do some trading, mercenary. I have the best stock by no small part due to the also terrible woes of Swanstad. You frown and ask the man to elaborate. We found a merchant. Now the writing's on the wall, isn't it? For a few days now, few caravans have been able to make it here unplundered. Why, I lost my brother on one of those caravans. Great for business, wouldn't you agree? Well, sure. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, right, my brother. Well, you see, sellsword, it's elementary economics. Less merchants in one town means we can charge more. Isn't it splendid? Indeed. Indeed. And my condolences. Okay, move those away, or sell them, rather. Sell that, sell that. Let's check the recruits really quickly. Okay, there is a peddler. They come with barter, so that's decent. There's also an apprentice. I think I'll just get the apprentice. They're cheaper. Getting that early barter going would be nice, though. Okay, let's get Adelis. Also, this is new. This face. You have a new face. Okay, let's see. Cocky and fragile. Some disappoint. Alright, so it seems that you will be fodder. Fodder something. Okay, have that. That is what's her face's old spear, I think. May as well be you who uses it, being so bad and all. Alright, let's move on, I think. On to Finsterstadt. And let's go very, very slowly and carefully. This is the night time and we are next to a forest. Nothing happens, that's good. Okay, 2 skull contracts. Return item, armed courier, treasure transfer. Well, of course we take the audacious act of thievery. Okay, where? Northeast. Nighttime, food-wise, we are pretty We are starting to be pretty bad off with that. I think we'll wait for dawn and buy some food before we go. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can't get enough food from hunting. Also, the stupid text has left the edges of the screen. Oh well. So I'm not going to bother with that until we get the kitchen upgrade. So just gather like medicine. Medicine grows on the ground. How hurt are we actually? 85, that's fine. That's a bit worse. Okay, what I'll do is assign one person to the medical tent, I guess. Okay, wait for one more tick there, that's fine. Buy food. Okay, well, it's not that cheap, but it is cheaper. And that's the important part. Also, tools are affordable. However, I can get them even at a better price after this, if we are still alive. Same goes for the bread, I guess. Let's check the recruits. Okay, too expensive. Well, not technically, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's see about these brigands. And brigands we do find. Okay, so next time we'll be fighting brigands. That is not that surprising. Anyways, like I said, that will be next time. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you then.